Hello. Welcome to another episode of Building Misty Bay, a map I created and am now building a let's play on. Let's get back right into it where we left off. We had just finished upgrading this road and putting these cemeteries in. Oh, I didn't even notice I'd put one on the road there. Oh well. No mistakes, eh? No mistakes. Get this one some water. Yeah, well, we've set ourselves up really good here. So we should have a nice, relaxing, stress-free time developing this city into... Sorry, I guess it's just a town, into its next step. Not really sure what we're going to do now. We do have a little bit of residential demand, a little bit of industry demand, so I guess we'll just, fill some blocks in here then and get that dealt with. Don't need a school. Yeah, we don't need a school. We might plan for one just for the future. I tend to like to keep the school, all my demands in the yellow for the most part. That way you're not overbuilding your demand or underbuilding your demand. I think just for the money's sake, we'll plan that school now so that we have it in place. That way down the road we won't run into money issues and won't be able to place it. Not that we should run into money issues, but this way if we do, one less thing we have to stress about. Get a park in there beside it. Thinking we'll put residential onto the backyard of it there, and maybe some commercial here on the top of it. Nothing crazy. Just keeping it real simple like we normally do. We've got a lot of residential demand, so we'll just keep meeting that demand. Always need fire stations. Yeah, this is looking good, eh? Fix that. Problem solved. Always easy. A little bit of lag there, I think. This is what happens in this game, you get a little bit too many assets going on. So I was talking about this a while ago. Yeah, these fences always look nice here in the schoolyard. Just cleans it up, too quick. We're just taking our time, putting in a nice little fence here around a nice little happy school. Like I said, we didn't necessarily need the school right now, but it just seemed like it would fit there, and we will need it in the future because we're going to be probably doing some rapid expansion in terms of population here in a minute. So we really need to, I shouldn't say need, we really want to get things rolling here. We've just been taking a nice little slow start. Like I said last time, we're going to develop these blocks, and they might be irregular in terms of the standardized block sizes we're going with here, which is fine. This is perfectly normal. It happens. I like the look of having a few different blocks in here. styles. Block styles. Yeah, we've done good with this town so far. It'd be nice to get over to this other intersection there and go to the second town. But no rush. No, we're not stressing about it. Man, this downtown looks really pretty, eh? It's really starting to shape up. We're going to be reworking a lot of this here soon. I just want to get a nice little starter village in and maybe the next town in, and then we're going to start really redeveloping and establishing some, centers, that make this city unique and really stand out from anything else that we've seen in real world or elsewhere. I think I'll fill up this industry demand with a farm and start transitioning away from generic industry. Generic industry is fine, it's great, it has its place. I just want to build up start building up, the specialized industry here. So I get the look I'm looking for here in the region. Just give it all this space right up to the highway. Yeah, this is looking good. This will be a good place for it. Oh, don't have the money for the main building. That's the way life goes. No issues, no stress. We don't let it bother us. This is our world. We have all the power here. No one to tell us what to do. No one to say this is the only way to do it. This is the right way. There is no right way. There's no only way. There's whatever way you want to do it to make your city come out the way you want it. I'm not telling you how. I'm just showing you the way I like to do it. This is just the way I like to do it to get the results I'm looking for. Look at how beautiful this is turning out. Yeah. There is no stress, absolutely none. You just follow a few simple rules. I have my rules, you have your rules. You just follow a few simple rules and you maintain those rules. It just makes it real simple. I'm gonna do this size block, this size land survey, and it just comes together. It just comes together. We're not planning too far in the future, because if we do, we'll just set ourselves up for disappointment because it won't look the way we're hoping for. So we're not going to worry about that. We're just making it real simple and easy to work off of so that we can just keep expanding. Because that's all that matters, is that we just keep expanding. I've said, the cities, the towns, they really tell you what you're looking for, what you need to do. You need residential, well then you've got to find a place for it. And there's only so many places that it can go. Can't go next to industry, can't go next to these kind of roads, So when you apply these rules to yourself, you're already setting yourself up to have to build a city in a specific way, kind of like a puzzle. So right from the first road to the last road, you're building your own little puzzle, and you're solving it yourself, and there's no right way to do it. You're just changing the way the puzzle has to be played by changing the way you lay out your roads, decide to put your services in, how you decide to zone, and where. All these things just change the way that the game works for you. You don't have to do it this way or another way. Just find your way that works best. Find the way that works best for you. So we've almost got enough money here to buy up this farm starter. So I can get a nice little starting farm in here. Oh, there we go. I think we got enough. Yeah, we got enough. There we go. Also get a nice little taxi, I guess, if I want to. I'd really like this rail to be unlocked. We're so close to this rail. Then we can get some real fun going. We're just playing around. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting a few things in. Like I said, if you get too crazy ahead of yourself here trying to plan things out, you'll set yourself up for disappointment. Just do what you feel. Do what you feel. You want to do this? That's what you do. There's no right way, no time to do this, no time to do that. Once it's all set up, it's ready to go. I'm thinking I want to get taxi stands in here, but because it looks like little bus stands out in front of the school. But they are expensive, and we do need our money right now. So I think we'll hold off on that idea. We need people. We really do need people. But the demand isn't as high as it's reflecting for what we actually need. I think we'll just speed up the time here. Get things moving. I do love watching these cars just drive around on our road in our city. It's really nice, it's calming, it's relaxing. Just take all our stress out. No stress here, absolutely none. This is a place of happiness. this shoreline. It is so beautiful. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I did a good job drawing it out. Nice little river. Alright. Let's get this building in here. Let's get this farm going. This will be good. Snapping issues here. Now, I'll just put this in place with move it. We don't stress here. No stress. Absolutely none. Little farm started. This will probably be redeveloped quite soon. It won't sit here very long. It's more just to get it going, you know. It's a really valuable spot, so I can't see it staying for very long once we get densifying this downtown. I think we'll just work this out, figure out how we're going to get some more industrial, generic industry back here, just to fill this demand so we can get people in here. Because I really want to get trains going, just so we can get, makes it easier to establish the rest of the region once you have trains going. It's really hard to establish more than one town without the trains, I find. I mean, it's possible, I'm sure. It's just different challenges, like I've said many times. There's no right way, there's no right way. Just different challenges you put in front of yourself. Each challenge will require a unique approach to dealing with it, which will result in a very unique outcome for your city. And give your city that unique look that no other city has. This is what's great about this game. You're not forced. You're not forced. There's no right way. You're not obligated to write a specific way. You're not forced to, you know, draw a specific way. You're just here doing what you feel you want to do. As long as you set yourself a few guidelines, a few rules about how you're going to build your city, there's nobody telling you how to set those rules. But you just set a few rules, like I'm not going to zone on this road, or I'm going to zone on this road, and you just follow consistently through with those rules. Your city will just fall together all on its own, without your needing to stress or plan too far in advance. Natural cities never were planned 100 years in advance. You can just look at that by the architecture of them. If you look at the architecture of a city, they only had, 20 years in mind for what they were doing. They didn't think that there would be, in some of these cities, there'd be cars and highways coming through and all these rail lines. They had no idea what was going to happen. They were just meeting the demands of the time. The time said, well, we need this, and the town planners and council, they said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. Here's the land. Let's do it. Let's get it over with. There was no huge, but what if in 20 years there might be a building here or something there? No, they didn't care about that. And neither are we. We're not worried about that kind of stuff. We're just doing what we need to do in order to meet the demands of the town. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And we're doing so in a way that allows us to not have to stress about it. We're setting ourselves up with really simple roads, simple infrastructure, repeatable infrastructure that can be moved and changed. You almost want to build a little bit of a modularity to it so that you can just easily work. You don't have to overthink things. That way you can leave the overthinking to the real hard thinking, to the times when you need to, when you've got a real problem, like roads that you've now set up are, not functioning because they're in a weird configuration. Well, now, because you're not stressed about the city not looking the way you want it to look, you can worry about that. You don't have to worry about anything else. This allows us to just break it down into parts and deal with it as parts and not have to worry about the whole. That's the most important part. Not overwhelming ourselves. Not overwhelming ourselves. Yeah, so this farm, it's turning out real nice. It was simple. Didn't take a lot of work, a lot of effort. We just did what we felt. Just slapped it in here. It's real simple. Let's call it Smith Farms. Yeah, that's simple. Easy. We don't stress here. We don't stress. We don't play this game to stress out. We just play this game to relax and enjoy building. The relaxing effect of building, creating. So we're having a problem with grain because we input all those silos down, so they're importing a ton of grain right now to fill them. That's fine. We're not stressed about that. Just let them do that if that's what they want to do. So now we're going to come in here. I think we'll build these blocks, and I said they were going to be irregular. So just because this area is a little bit bigger than our standardized sized survey line. So that means to get a nice equal spacing between these blocks, they're going to be irregular sizing, and that's fine. There's no stress. This is just another way to make another part of your town look unique. These low density residential will be probably reworked later down the road when we densify. This is essentially what's going to be downtown city. Now, I mean, it could change. This is just my thought based on my experience. But if I was just a newbie and I was following me along and this is what I was doing, I'd have no idea. But that's essentially what would happen if you follow this procedure. This will become densified later. Very likely. But we're not worried about that now. We're not worried about that. Right now we need homes, just low density homes. We're going to build some nice little grids for them to live on. That's it. Here we go. Really some odd size is going to happen in here. That's fine. Yeah, there we go. Some weird angled roads. This is what you get when you come down near the water. You don't get perfect lots. You get some small ones, really large ones. It seems kind of odd sometimes the lots that get placed down there. We're going to replicate that. Some oddness. Yeah, and then I think we'll just fill this all in with residential, since our demand has now finally risen to where we need it. This might get us to where we can finally work with some rail. Yeah, that's for sure. Like I said, as long as you set a few little guidelines, little rules for yourself, you don't have to stress. Just get these pipes under the road. I always forget about that. I zone and then before I put the pipes down. These are little rules in your head you can keep if you want. It's, put the pipes before the zones, but at the end of the day, what's it matter? I don't stress about it. Yep. This is going together real simply. Just get a few of these pipes in here. This is your world, however you see it. Remember, I like to get these pipes under the road, but you don't have to. I mean, this is your world. You're free to do it whatever way you want. If you want the pipes under the houses, you can do that. Anyways, I think we'll call that a day. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.